We hope you're enjoying your visit here this evening. Now, on with the show.
April, Dragon Ball Evolution. Again, saw it later on DVD. And if you if you were a fan of the original Dragon Ball cartoons, not necessarily Dragon Ball Z, but Dragon Ball, in which you see Goku as a much smaller child, really this is a retelling of that story, only instead of being a small child, he's a teenager, and it's in a more modern setting. If you're a fan of the series, check it out. It's kind of a neat new way of reimagining the series. But if you have no idea anything about Dragon Ball Z, whatever, don't even bother, because you're not going to have any clue what's going on.
We hope you're enjoying yourself. You have 5 minutes to visit our refreshment stand.
May, Star Trek. Awesome, I have to say it. There's so much going on, and it happens in such a short amount of time that it's like running a race. And honestly, that's what works. One of the best things that works about that movie. It updates the series without having to invalidate the previous series plural. It's a good, restart / retelling. And if you want to know what exactly I mean by that, you're going to have to watch the movie. Definitely with an open mind. Because if you're going to be too... What's the word I'm saying here? If you want to be too grounded in let's just leave it at open mind. There's some interesting changes, and you'll have to be open-minded to understand.
Hey, somebody's crazy. Papa goes the weasel. Everybody knows the weasel blows, but popcorn, she pops real good. I eat popcorn. Everybody eats popcorn. She tastes real nice. Get yourself some now at our refreshment stand.
Angels and Demons. One kind of thing with Angels and Demons is that in the book, the events of that book take place before the Da Vinci Code book, but in the movies they seem to have switched the places, where the Da Vinci Code movie happens first, then the Angels and Demons movie. And there's really only like one scene that, they have to change a little bit to make that switch over, but it doesn't hurt the story in any way. In fact, I think that the Angels and Demons is more on the spot with what the book's about than the Da Vinci Code, in that you get what to me it seemed like you were getting more what the book was going for, more as to what Ron Howard and company's version of what the book was saying. So again, Tom Hanks as Robert Langdon, perfect. He cut his hair, so people, not going to complain about the hair, even though, anybody that's been to a college has seen at least one or two professors with that hair. I'm just saying. Terminator Salvation. Honestly, I hated the third Terminator movie, but Terminator Salvation is the true successor to Terminator 2 Judgment Day. So basically, completely ignore what happened in Terminator 3. Skip to Terminator Salvation. Special effects are great. The story is pretty good. Christian Bale's pretty believable as an adult John Connor. And you even get to see a nice little cameo of one Mr. Governator. I'm not gonna show you how, tell you how even if you haven't seen it, but you definitely want to check that one out if you're a fan of action sci-fi movies. Drag Me to Hell. I laughed my ass off. I will say ass for Drag Me to Hell, because I laughed my ass off at that movie in the theater. I laughed again when I got it. If you're a fan of the Evil Dead movies, if you're a fan of Army of Darkness, Sam Raimi's style in general, go see Drag Me to Hell. That is probably the best horror movie, horror comedy even, of 2009. The story is great. The visual, basically, they don't rely too heavily on impractical special effects like CGI and whatnot. A lot of the stuff can be done practically with camera work and whatnot, and costuming, that kind of thing, makeup. Really, I don't want to explain too much of it because I don't want to ruin it for you. Just honestly, if you like horror comedy, go see Drag Me to Hell, because I loved it. I bought it on DVD the day it came out. I almost went to see it in the theater like 3 times. Okay, moving on to Up. What can I say about Up? I saw this on Blu-ray at my parents' house, honestly, just this past holiday season, so I was a little late on that, but my God, what a great story. The first half hour alone, you know, it jerks at the heartstrings, I'll tell you that. I had pretty much given up on the Disney Pixar movies, the 3D animated stuff. This one changed my mind, it really did. The great story, even the fantastical parts of it are really well done, and there's plenty of laughs, you know, for kids and adults alike, and definitely give this one a go, you know. In June, The Hangover. Normally I stray away from the kind of the gross out comedies. Basically the whole line of stuff that started with, you know, American Pie and the Will Ferrell movies and all that. The Hangover was hilarious. Downright the best, the funniest comedy, pure comedy movie to come out in 2009. Definitely don't go see this one with your mom and dad or some little kids or whatnot, because yeah, there's some jokes that they might, you know, they might get, but I can't watch it. You know, it's like, my parents have seen it, they say they love it, but they can't watch it with me. I've seen it, I love it, but I couldn't watch it with them. There's no way. Some of the jokes I would just feel embarrassed to laugh at with them around. But yeah, go see it. The Mike Tyson stuff's hilarious. I can't remember the actor's name, the guy with the beard. 90% of the things he says leave you in stitches. Okay, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, the second movie. It's a good movie. They definitely expand on the whole Transformers mystique. They bring in some old elements that hardcore fans will like. I liked it. The story, I thought, was a little... It wasn't as robust as the first one. It kind of seemed like a patch job to the way they ended the first one. But it is entertaining. The character of Jetfire, which, you know, was a fan favorite character for a couple reasons, both in the toy line and in the cartoon. But the way they transform him, I hate to use the word, but that's the only thing, for this new movie, I think it's pretty hilarious. The fact that he's kind of an old man, you know, he's rusting, he's falling apart, he's cranky, you know, it works great for the character, the way they're doing it. It doesn't have to be true to the original to work in this movie. There you go.